Well, good morning, everybody. It is the 27th of December, and let me show you what we got going. We are going to talk about the wood pile, and I'm going to calculate on how much I used in a day shy of 6 weeks. Now, this is 20 feet long, and what I did with this orange mark, you can see that this is 4 foot high. So in a couple places I might have two pieces of wood, but our first face cord is to here. Our second face cord is to here, and this is another 4 foot. So in some spots I don't have, maybe a third more, not even that. But anyway, this video, now that I know how much the wood stove used for those 6 weeks, and I know how much the old log house used, from the previous owner, I'm going to go ahead for you, and I'm going to figure it out on how much per day the old house did on propane, and how much, or per week. I got it down to per day, and vice versa with the wood, to see, is it really a good benefit to burn wood? So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Well, we're going to go over some numbers, and I think you're going to understand why it was beneficial for us to move that wood stove up and get it going up here next to the house. So I went over costs per day, per month and stuff. So I think there are going to be some good numbers you'd be interested in. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Brenda and I'd like to say thanks for coming back to the channel, and hopefully the information that we give you on the channel helps at least one person out, and if it does, that was a big benefit. So today we're getting that storm. I think today's the 29th of December, so it's very, very windy out, and it is dropped right down to 19 right now during the day. So I'm glad we're inside. But when I give you these numbers, we're not only heating the house, which I don't say enough, is we're also heating all of our domestic hot water as well for our showers and laundry and everything. And so we never talk about that savings as well. So there is that savings along with burning wood to heat the house. So I did mention how much in one of my other videos, how much Al spent per year, and he was averaging right around that $4,000, $3,700 a year for a propane. Now there's other people that made comments that they only spend $1,200 a year in propane. Well, an outdoor wood stove probably isn't for you. The propane for us was because of those costs associated with the propane and to keep the house warm. So that's why we decided to get the wood stove back and running and burning again. And why he didn't, Al when we purchased the house last year, was 89 years old. So we don't know how long it had been since he burnt wood. It could have been 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years. We're unsure. Al has passed away, so we're unable to find out how long it had been since he's burnt the wood. And when I got a hold of the propane company, I didn't ask him. I could ask him how far back was it that he has been burning as far as propane, and I didn't. So anyway, I'm not associated with Central Boiler anymore. I was a dealer for Central Boiler for 10 years. I had it as a side hustle. I was employed with UPS I was a UPS driver for 32 years, but worked for them for 36. And Brenda worked for UPS as well for 20 years. So I did sell the outdoor wood stoves as a side hustle, and made some good money and had some great customers. So the other thing is, this is mine and Brenda's sixth house in 12 years. We built 3 as a general contractor, sub stuff out, and then we've remodeled 3 as well. And like she said, this is the last one. This one was a toughie. So, but anyway, that's a little bit about us and what we've done. For you new people out there, thanks for coming to the channel. And for those folks that subscribed and keep coming back to see what's going on, we do appreciate it. And thank you so much. So let's jump into this. As far as Al, what he averaged the last 3 years was about 310 gallon of propane per month. And I called the other day, and the propane average right now per gallon was 224, and they told me 10 cents less for some reason would be 214 per gallon. So on an average of 310 gallon per basically 32 days is how often he got propane through the winter months. So if I take that 310 gallon and times it out by 214 a gallon, it comes out to $663.40. So which is an average of about $20.73 per day. And he did not have, he had an electric stove. We got a propane stove, and that's the propane hot water heater and the propane furnace. So right around $20.73. So what I did is I did a couple different things. Let's say I bought my firewood, and the average price of face cord, and that is the 16 inches by 4 foot high, 8 foot long. A face cord delivered is right around $70. It's anywhere from $65 to $75 here in northern Michigan. And so at that, and I went through 5 face cord in 42 days. So if I take that, that was $350 worth of wood that I went through in 42 days, so 10 days longer than the propane. And the difference is basically $313. So it's that would be if somebody delivered it and dumped it in a pile. I didn't do nothing but take it out of the pile and put it in a wood stove. Is that $350 in that 42 days. Now that's a saving, or that's a cost per day of $8.33 versus the propane at $20.73. So let's say I bought and somebody's selling it for $80, and I can get it for $80. It's a little bit bigger wood and a little bit longer. A face cord is at $400 for that 42 days. So 400 versus the 663 in propane, which is still a savings of $263. So still doing good, and $9.52 per day. So there again, not bad. Now what we did is, and like I say, that $80 a face cord somebody brought here and dumped it, and I didn't touch it. I'm still saving quite a bit of money. The other one was we bought it in a log form where they put it down there, our chainsaw, our gas, our time, and we come up with about $55 a face cord like that, because when I cut that 10 log cord up, I don't know if I was shorted a little bit, but I come out with right around 18 face cord, cut around that 16 to 18 inches, somewhere in there, at 4 foot high, 8 foot long. And so I come up with about, when I cut that up, like I say, 18. Some people say you should come up around 22, but maybe I got shorted a little bit. Who knows? But so $1,000 And what I did is that's like $275 for 42 days. So propane $663.40 for 32 days, and like I say, those 5-phase cord, that would equal out if we buy it from the logger at $275. So quite almost a $400 difference, $390. So roughly, so quite a big difference in buying our wood and putting it up and doing all that. And I would say, you know, it isn't for everybody as far as, you know, going outside and doing wood and stuff like that. But, you know, we, you know, to be honest, we enjoy it. It's not a big deal. We're not TV buffs. We're inside watching TV all the time. We just soon, you know, it's exercise. It's bending over. It's picking stuff up. You're twisting, bending, and it ain't that bad when we do it. You know, it ain't like an 8-hour day that we do it. It might be something that you go out and you do it for 3-4 hours every once in a while, and then you do it again. So, but we like to do it in the springtime when it's cooler out. That's for sure. But when I sold the outdoor wood stoves, central boilers, you know, there was a lot of the, you know, it was a good time because propane and everything was very, very high. So it was a good side hustle for me, but I had a lot of great customers, took care of the customers, answered my phone, returned phone calls and stuff like that. So if you're looking to go out and you're thinking about getting a outdoor wood stove and you're thinking about that, and this is what this video's for, is more or less those people that are thinking about it. And that's why I wanted to break those numbers down. If you're not going through, you know, that much propane, and you say, well, why is this house going through that? Well, we're up on a hill and we get the wind, and it is blowing out there today. And if this house, like I said before, if this house was tucked in the woods down in where you're not getting the wind that you do, obviously this would heat a lot better and a lot simpler than what it is up here on the hill. And another thing is, a lot of people will say, how, you know, how I have a 2,000 square foot house, how much wood am I going to go through? There again, it all depends on where it's located. If it's on a hill, how well insulated, how big the windows, how tall the walls. There's a lot of factors that you got to go into. So look at how much money you're spending in propane. And if you're only spending, you know, you're only spending $1,200 a year, this ain't worth it for you. If you're like me, spending a lot of money, then it's worth it for you. Then you need to do some research and check some things out, check some numbers out. I've heated restaurants, I've heated bars, I've heated swimming pools, big shops, you know, multiple homes on one unit. We've in-floor, forced air, boiler systems, snow melts. So the outdoor wood stove can do many things. So hopefully this was helpful to you. So we're looking at right around 4,000 in propane a year versus 1,000 in firewood. So I think it's a good deal for us for sure. So anyway, appreciate it. Hopefully that answers some questions for people. And until the next video, you guys have a great New Year's. And hopefully 2026 is the best year for you. And we will keep doing videos as long as people give us a thumbs up. And please leave some comments. We try to answer them. And until the next one, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, everybody.